So you're an indie bookseller and you pay a lot of money to have a shipment of books sent to your shop at wholesale so you can turn around and sell those to your customers. And you're all excited when that new shipment comes in and you open up the box. But what do you do when the books are damaged, right? You're going to have to report those discrepancies to your distributor. For me, that's Ingram's IPage. And I'm going to take you through how to report discrepancies and what type of discrepancies you can report in this video. All right, let's jump in. So what you got here is this is a book that was shipped to me. And when I took it out of the container, this was folded over. There was another book sitting on top of it. It's very clearly damaged. And of course, I paid wholesale for this. So I'm expecting to sell this at a standard retail price, right? And I can't possibly charge full price for this book. Ingram doesn't want me to charge someone full price for that book either. We've got it set up so that they can reimburse the bookstore for their wholesale investment in that book. And then Ingram can decide whether they want me to dispose of the book, give it away, whatever, or if they want me to send that book back to them for them to process. They may want to look at it themselves before they issue a credit. I've even returned like a whole box of damaged books because the box was damaged, all the books were damaged, and they said, just send the whole thing back. So I'm going to take you through the process for filing a discrepancy report. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you guys some examples of different discrepancies that just came in one order for me. On this one, you can see like there's a cut clear across. I don't know if you can see it in the light here. There's a cut, like someone used a box cutter, and it wasn't us because we didn't use a box cutter to open the book. And it went right through that jacket and they damaged the actual hardcover itself. This is a $50 retail price on this book. And yeah, clearly I can't sell it for $50, even though everyone who comes in and sees that book wants that book. Here's another example. The pages are bent and some of them are cut or torn. Yeah, like I can't sell that for retail. And then the last one I'm going to show you here is, and this is standard or not standard, but you can experience this with some hardcovers that have layered hardcovers. The jacket itself is damaged. I'm going to try and, yeah, you can see there. It's almost like a film that's placed over it. It's torn. That's from friction. It was either on a shelf or another book, or somebody had friction across the top of this dust jacket with some item that was of significant weight or hardness, and it basically pulls up that clear coat. If I tore those off, it would leave a shiny streak across the cover. And obviously, I can't sell this book for $35 with that type of damage on it. So let's jump into the laptop here, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing to file one of these claims. So the first thing we need to do is look for our title's information. We need to know the purchase order number, the PO number, and the OE number for this particular book. And so what I'm looking for is a copy of the Violin Maker's Secret, which I received in a shipment, and it was damaged because it's got a folded cover. So I found that book in OE number 8N2CK, and I'm going to document the PO number as well, which is 3-3-2026. Ingram creates the OE number when you place your order, but I set the PO number when I place the order. So they give you the OE number and you get to choose what number you want to use for a PO number. The other thing I'm going to need is this product ID. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that. And let's go back. Okay. So the Violin Maker's Secret, I ordered 2 of them. One of them came with a creased cover or a folded cover. I have the OE number, which Ingram assigned to this order when I placed it. And I've got the PO number that I designated on the original order. How did I get here? I went to my orders, then order status, then recently shipped orders, and then I found this shipment. And then I was able to get to all this information. So yeah, now that I have that though, I need to go ahead and file my discrepancy report. So I'm going to go to my account. I'm going to go down to Report Discrepancy. I'm going to click on that. And now here's where I needed that information. So I'm going to go ahead and put the product code in here first because I copied that ISBN. That's the product code. And then I'm going to come back up here. I wrote down my invoice number or OE number. This is required. You can't do this without that number. So that's 8N2CK. I know, bear with me, guys. This isn't the most exciting thing ever. And then I'm going to put in my purchase order number, which isn't necessarily required, but it is helpful, I think. I'm going to create a claim number. I'm just going to go ahead and use the same PO number since that's where this came from, and I don't have any other damage claims. You can pick whatever you want. You can have like a numbering sequence, which I kind of do, that are sequential, like 001, 002. But I'm not necessarily worried about that for this one. It is damaged. So down here for reason, I'm going to click damaged. And then it's going to open up an option here for the description. Now this one, the cover is bent. And then was there carrier damage? That means, was there anything wrong with the actual shipment box or the packing? And the answer is no. There was absolutely nothing wrong with my shipment. The box was intact. There was no damage to it. It's just that this one got folded over when they were packing it. So the next thing to do is come down here and choose my file because I need to upload an image that shows the damage. So I took a picture of the damaged cover with my phone. Now I've gone in and I've chosen my 2 photos, which obviously I didn't show you because you don't need to see my photos, but you get the point. And then what we're going to do is it's going to upload those 2 files, right? Those 2 photos. I can see the numbers for the photos there. I've got one damaged book. I put the product code in, which is the ISBN off the back of the book. It is damaged. It is bent. I've got the OE number, the purchase order number, and I've created a claim number, and I've accounted for whether the carrier's packaging was damaged and it is not. Now I need to come here and say add. Now, once I add that, it will add that one item. If I needed to add more books, more damaged books, I could do so. Just note that they're going to be attached to that same OE number. So if there's any other damaged books from that one OE, I could enter them here. If it's from a different shipment, from a different OE number, you have to start a new discrepancy report. So anyways, I don't have any more to add from this, so I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. Let's do it again. All right, there we go. So what it's telling me is that there's a credit for the damage to this book. That's how much I paid. I paid $11.39 for this book, and it's going to create a credit memo for me within 2 business days. Now, there's someone reviewing this on the back end, and it tells you can go ahead and donate or discard this item, which means that the criteria I've already established for this must be sufficient enough. All right, so there you have it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. There's a few things that you have to make sure you absolutely get right when you file your claim. But yeah, it's a pretty simple approach. I've never had any problems with Ingram. We've met on every one of my claims. They've been great. So I know that some people don't necessarily have that same experience, but I haven't had any problems with them so far. I will say this. If I'm getting books from the Pennsylvania distribution center, I almost never experience a problem. The books come very well wrapped. Not only are the books stacked properly or well, but they wrap the whole thing in plastic to keep it dry and keep things from shifting. And they also put packing material in there, like air pack. It's great. I can't necessarily say that about books that I get from the Tennessee distribution center, which is kind of mind-boggling because that's the main hub for Ingram. A lot of times the books I get from Tennessee, which is where these came from, they're actually put in the box haphazardly. They might not be stacked well. They're almost never fully wrapped and kept from moving around. So I think a lot of their shipping damage is just from the act of like poorly packing the box. Also, I often get books that have been either sitting on top, like at the bottom of a stack of books, and they have friction or shelf wear on the covers. And I talk about that in the video, but that shelf wear has become pretty common with certain cover types. The shinier the cover, the glossier the cover, the more susceptible it is to that type of injury or that type of damage. And I get that a lot with books that I can tell were sitting at the bottom of a pallet of books or the bottom of a stack on a shelf, and they've just had friction over time, and it's worn the covers. It looks like shelfware. So anyways, yeah, just a little something extra to throw on top of this at the end here. Now, if you're not familiar, my name is Lucas. I'm a writer, publisher, and bookseller, owner of Spineless Reads here in Williamsburg, Virginia. And I appreciate you checking out the video. Like, subscribe, come see us sometime, and I'll see you around.